Britain's highest court has delivered a long-awaited ruling on the legal definition of a woman, saying it does not include transgender women. The UK Supreme Court said that a woman...
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
Now, I don't know why this dude is saying this like a druid, like a... But... UK! Britain! Stand up! The fact that y'all did this before America, I gotta salute you. Give you your props. Damn! In the UK, a woman is a woman! Think about what I just said for 5 milliseconds, you guys. I believe this happened yesterday. I should have covered it yesterday, but I didn't. Here we are today. This is the point we are at in the world. And this is what made me start to rethink even the way, it made me rethink everything, you guys, right? I'm a traditionalist. I'm not a right-winger. I'm not a lefty. I'm a traditionalist. However, most people who follow traditions lean to the right. But I am a traditionalist, but I've always been cool. Like, I've just been a laid-back person. I'm like, look, it ain't my job to judge these folks. God is going to judge them, blah, 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 you know? But then as things have progressed in our society, it's gotten so far that I'm doing a video on the interwebs about the court system making the definition of woman a biological female, right? Like, just think about that for a second. We're going to watch the video, but essentially we know what happened in the UK. We know. And this is how contentious, and this is that concept. When I say rethink things, is you heard this the saying, give someone an inch, they take a mile. You know, give someone a burger, they want a steak. You know what I'm saying? This is where we're at. We're having a conversation in the Western world, because this conversation doesn't happen in the third world, or where people are more connected to nature because, you know, they don't have access to all the technology and all the... Isn't it crazy that the most civilized technologies and intellectual technology or intellectual civilizations want to, persist with these narratives? Isn't it crazy that they want to persist with a narrative that a biological woman is not the only thing that can be classified as a woman? That's where we're at, you guys. Where, you know, some random tribe that has no contact with the human world has more common sense than, you know, the most civilized and intellectual nations on the planet Earth. That's where we're at. Like, I'm actually in disbelief that I'm doing this video. Like, this is the topic that is so contentious, and this is why America has gone the direction it's gone, because of this one contentious thing. And it's just as simple as, you know, them trying to facilitate an ideology which will allow men to play in women's sports and allow men to go in females' bathrooms and females' locker rooms. And, you know, me being a father of two children, 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters. This is something this is the ledge I'm willing to go out on. I'm willing to go out on this one. And that's just what it is. And people don't understand. They're like, why did this happen? And these things happen in America. And this is why. This is a very contentious issue. And the fact that you even have to go to court to prove this definition, praise God, the UK stood up. You know, right when Donald Trump got in office, he stood up. But I don't know if there's still court and legal battles to go through in the U.S. The fact that Britain did this first, you guys get the props. Let's go. Let's hear Dr. Deadhead, because look at his eyes. Look at him. He looked like a lizard person, man. Yeah, okay, today in Britain. This is why people don't watch the news, man. You boring, cuz.
Britain's highest court has delivered a long-awaited ruling on the legal definition of a woman, saying it does not include transgender women. The UK Supreme Court said that a woman is someone who is born biologically female. However, the court said it did not remove legal protections that apply to transgender people.
Of course they didn't. Yeah. I mean, people, anyways, I ain't going to get into that because Britain is the place. and Europe is the place where they're doing this weird like hate speech, social media laws that I don't agree with. I'm like, yo, man, just let people speak. But anyway, well, let's go.
The ruling provides some clarity in the UK on the contentious issue of gender identity that is royal politics in other places in the world, particularly in the US. The ruling settles a long-running dispute between feminist groups and the Scottish government over a law that was intended to bring gender parity to the boards of public bodies. Transgender women with gender recognition certificates were to be included in meeting that quota. Trans rights groups say they are shocked and disappointed by the ruling. A Scottish Green Party lawmaker said it was a huge blow to some of the most marginalized people in society. Women's groups who brought the case and their supporters, however, celebrated outside the courthouse, popping champagne and singing songs. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling hailed the women who brought the cause, saying they had protected the rights of girls and women across the UK.
That dude was so stone cold saying it. He kind of looked like Clint Eastwood at some capacity. Anyways, man, shout out to the women, man. You know, when you talk about feminism, and I don't agree with all of feminism, like there's like some principles that have kind of made the world today a little wonky. But this part of feminism, fighting for actual women's rights and them actually winning, and actually this is a case where you're like, hey, we beat men. Yo, in Britain, I could say, hey, you beat a man, right? Because in Colorado where I live, the governor just passed it. They're trying to pass this dead naming bill where if you call someone out of their gender identity, could be some type of law implications. And I'm like, bruh, that's how crazy it is. So this is close to my soul, because think about that. In my state, if these bills pass, if I, miss whatever they call it, all of a sudden now I could have legal implications, right? For just a man, literally a man trying to be, a man who wants to play soccer with the shorties, a man who want to run track and swim with the shorties. Praise God for Scotland, man. You Scotland chicks out there, now, again, I don't agree with all of feminism because it has brought us down this interesting pathway, especially in the Western world. It's interesting because I thought feminism, right, the concept would be to lean into your divine femininity, which would make you stronger as a female, as a woman. But it's interesting because there's this combative thing where it seems like women take on typical male roles and then just battle men. They basically just do what men do, So there's I don't know. I think women got to be able to be women and let them fly and do what they do. But I do think the completion of men and women is when men lean into their masculinity and women lean into their femininity. That's when we're able to come together and complete each other. And I don't think nature gives us a workaround, and we're seeing the chaos of not doing that in our current societies today. And I hope we can just heal and get better. Again, I don't think it's, I'm not against a Xena warrior princess, y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be the warrior princesses out there really getting after it. Like, I get it. But typically, we are designed a specific way. There's patterns in nature. There's statistics. We are designed a specific way for specific reasons. And we're just going to see, man, because maybe technology is a part of our evolution, and that evolution is different than the nature I see. I don't know, but I do believe the answer's in nature, and nature there's always consequences for going against nature. People can get on in these comments right now and speak for trans. They could speak for biology. They could speak for transhumanism. They could speak for everything. But at the end of the day, human beings are at the top of the food chain, right? But we haven't mastered nature. MFers want to with cloud seeding. Hey, let's block the sun. Let's do this, that, and the other. Humans are at the top of the food chain, but they are not at the top of nature. As of now, in current day, nature still decides and sets the precedence. So, we try to play humans try to play God, and there's a consequence for that. Humans try to play nature, there's consequences for that. So we're going to see how everything plays out in real time. But shout out to these ladies in Scotland, I believe they're from, for really taking it. And this is real activism, right? This isn't the, yo, I'm going to sit in the street and block traffic. I'm going to throw super glue on the Mona Lisa. I'm going to, spray paint amazing art or historic figures that are, or monuments, or push down statues. We did it the right way. We went through the court system and we actually won, and you can actually win. And the fact that this is a surprise to people, and the fact that we're even having a conversation about, oh, the court has defined women as biological women. Duh. Oh, man, it's crazy. Guess what, you guys? The court system has defined women as biological women. Oh, my God, that's controversial. Melting. Bruh, that's the world we live in. Anyways, you guys let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah.
City boy, city boy.